Hello friends, good afternoon, and my name is Chandana. I am pursuing my Bachelor in Commerce at TSWREIS Vikarabad. Today I am here with the topic blockchain management and Bitcoin system in India, and we are going to discuss about this topic because Bitcoin has become a buzzword in the recent past, and also it has dragged a lot of attention of the world in the last 5 to 6 months. So friends, tell me, what do you do when you want to transfer money from your account to your friend's account? You basically go to a bank and give the details to whose account do you actually want to transfer the money, or you use the latest apps like Paytm, PayPal, or Citrus, etc. So or even the applications or the modern applications which we got these days involve some intermediaries like bank account, or there should be a real account maintained. So in order to remove this intermediary and create a good security for the users, there is this blockchain management. So today in this lecture we shall discuss what is a blockchain management and how does it function, and what is a Bitcoin, and also we shall analyze the impact and evaluate the regulatory issues and security concerns surrounding this cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Coming to our first part, blockchain management. The Bitcoin cryptocurrency, Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency actually works on the technology called as blockchain management. This blockchain management is having a virtual ledger. Now if you look onto the screen, friends, we are going to discuss about the introduction, blockchain technology and all about it. Then again we are going to see the applications of blockchain, and we are going to learn what is cryptocurrency and discuss about particularly Bitcoin in brief, and the regulatory issues of Bitcoin and the current Indian position in this a great cryptocurrency which has become a buzzword, and then I would conclude it. Now if you look at the image, you can see some distributed network with books or paper kind of things. This is nothing but a virtual ledger. This virtual ledger holds transactions between two parties in an efficient and a permanent way. Now defining a blockchain technology, if you look onto the second definition, blockchain is an open distributed ledger that can be that is capable of recording the transactions between two parties efficiently in a verifiable and permanent way. In permanent way in the sense, once if you enter the data into a virtual ledger, the information cannot be changed, and it is like if you are having any conflict of land with your elder brother or sister or someone in the family, you are going to trust an advocate and give him the original documents. There is a chance that someone may make illegal copies of the original documents, and they may put the wrong documents in front of the court. So in order to avoid these security issues, we are going to use this blockchain technology. Now after knowing the definition of this blockchain technology, let us go in detail and let us get to know its working methodology. Now if you look onto the screen, friends, we are going to learn about blockchain, and here in the image you can see that the block is there and it is labeled with 3 parts, that is data, hash and the hash of previous block. If you look at me, friends, I am holding this block. This block is having data. Let us put this data at the top. Okay, as shown in the diagram of the slide, the data is the upper base, and this is the hash, and this is the hash of previous block. The data which is there, it actually holds the virtual ledgers where the transactions are done actually, and this data actually stays in the upper part, and this will be the hash. The hash is nothing but it is a cryptographic security. The cryptographic security actually comes from a binary data structures with hash pointers. Now friends, if you please look onto the screen, there is a long code with a combination of characters and numericals. on the screen, friends, you can see a long code that is not understandable by you or me or anyone else who is actually seeing this program now. So the actual important thing behind this code is that when you this code is actually meant for the security purpose of someone. The cryptographic security, as I told you already, comes from a binary data structure with hash pointers. And let us know about this hash tree in detail. Hash tree or Merkle tree is a distributed data structure where data blocks are grouped in pairs and the hash of each of these blocks is stored in the parent node. Let us know how the hash is stored in each and every block. For example, friends, this is a block. Okay, this is a block which I am holding, and as I told you, imagine that this is the hash of this particular block and this is the previous hash block. So it gets linked up like this, and there will be a blockchain created, that is both the blocks are getting attached and there is a link between both the blocks. So hash of previous block is combined with the hash of this block, and this block, as it is the first block, it is known as a parent node or the parent block, and the hash of each and every block created is stored in this particular first block. And now when I tell you that this hash concept, it is a great thing because this hash is the only thing that provides the actual security of the blockchain technology. Now friends, the blockchain technology is used to, I told you with an example that if you want to transfer money from your account to your friend's account, so you have to you can also follow this blockchain technology. And if you look on the screen, there is this video, friends, for you, and when the video plays, okay, when the see friends, there is this block A to B and it is 5.0 BTC. 5.0 BTC is nothing but 5 bitcoins are being transferred from the account of A to the account of B. That means this transaction, when it is in process, it moves on slowly to this ledger and also this ledger, and then the 25 rupees will get reduced to 20 rupees and the 10 rupees will get increased by 5 and it will become a total of 15 rupees. Now what if anyone want to tamper with my data, like anyone want to modify my data and want to cheat me actually, then what would I do? In this blockchain technology, as I told you, data is very much secure. So what happens, friends? Look at this model, friends, it is for you, and imagine that all these 4 are blocks inside a blockchain technology and these cannot be seen. Imagine that these are all virtual, and if anyone want to tamper with the data, what happens is, what can you see, friends? There is a red light glowing in each and every block. Okay, so like remember this red light glowing. If anyone wants to tamper with your data, there will be a red light for you. So that means if you look on the screen, there is a slide for you, friends. On the slide, one person, like one X person, is trying to tamper with your data, like he's trying to access this ledger and he's an unauthorized person. What happens is, as a consequence, there goes an information to each and every block that this person is not authorized or this person is unauthorized and he is trying to steal your data. So what happens? There goes an error message to each and every block, and when each and every block user get to knows the actual person who is at the end of a data, like there is a user sitting in each and every block, and when the actual person who is sending the cryptocurrencies get to know that there is some unauthorized person in their blockchain technology, what happens is that person who is sending the bitcoins or other cryptocurrencies will stop sending the bitcoins or other cryptocurrencies in order to avoid the tampering of the data. So, and if you look onto the screen, there are 4 images, friends, where each and every individual is having a blockchain. That is, each and every individual possesses their own blockchain and can create their own blockchain by doing the transactions. It can be financial transactions, it can be non-financial transactions or any other transactions. Now, In the face of transformation through digitalization, the applications of blockchain technology has become a revolutionary thing, and it is an innovative thing which is being considered as a disruptive. It is a global force of disruption. Hopefully, positive one. Let us hope for it. And when you come for blockchain technology applications, there are on the screen you can see that it is divided into non-financial and also financial aspects. And non-financial can be various types like smart contracts and blockchain in Internet of Things. And in financial, it can also be like ride sharing, gaming, etc. And also, blockchain technology is applicable for smart contracts, smart contracts, securities, record keeping, digital currency. And in each and every of this category, there is another subcategory. There is another subcategory. So now coming to our next topic, like I already told you that Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. Friends, what do you mean by cryptocurrency? I think you might be listening this term for the first time and you might be in a turmoil. Let me demystify it to you. Cryptocurrency is a digital or a virtual currency, and it is electronic currency which does not have any physical form of its own, and it doesn't have any intrinsic value like fiat currencies. What happens in fiat currencies, that is the currency which we use, what happens with them is the government, when these fiat currencies are printed, will pass on a legal tender, and the public will put their whole faith in the government, and then they will accept the legal tender put by the government, and the actual money comes into existence by having their by the value put by the government. Like government only says that this paper is having 10 rupees value or this paper is having 100 rupees value. It will not have any intrinsic value unless and until the government puts any legal tender. But in the case of cryptocurrencies, it's not like that. The cryptocurrencies do not have any value of them, and the value of cryptocurrencies can be fluctuating for each and every hour or even minute. It sometimes happens because in last year December there was a drastic high increase in the value of Bitcoin to nearly $19,000. It is nearly around 12 lakhs in Indian rupees. It is a great amount, right? So not only Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, we also have other cryptocurrencies like if you look onto the screen, we have the first one, the first image is this Litecoin. This is a cryptocurrency, and now this is the major topic because we are going to discuss about this Bitcoin. This is the Ethereum, and it is also a cryptocurrency. This is Ripple, this is Dash, and this is Monero. These are all the cryptocurrencies, and there are other cryptocurrencies also. So friends, why are we, if you look at why are we especially talking about Bitcoin? Of course my topic is that, but other than that, there is also another reason, like because in the recent past, the value, the Bitcoin has drawn the attention of the world by increasing its value to like nearly 1,000% in the last 5 to 6 months. And also, Bitcoins were in the news recently when the two global cyber ransomware attacks, WannaCry and Petya, attackers sought nearly $300 Bitcoins as ransoms. Cryptocurrencies can be used for legal purposes and also for illegal purposes, depending on which retailers accept such currency. Now, getting deeper with the topic of Bitcoin, let us first discuss about its origin. If you look onto the screen, there are these 2 points, 2008 Satoshi Nakamoto and January 2009 existence. You might be thinking that Satoshi Nakamoto is a person who have started this Bitcoin in 2008. But let me tell you, friends, the idea of Bitcoin was first proposed in the year 2008 under a paper published pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. The identity of Satoshi Nakamoto is not known to this date and continues to remain anonymous. Satoshi Nakamoto can be an individual or a peer-to-peer group. He can be a group of members or an individual. Now, what is the connection between January 2009 and existence? The first open source Bitcoin client was released in the year 2009 January, and from then on the Bitcoin transactions have started. Now you might be getting a doubt that Bitcoins, I told you that Bitcoins don't have any physical form, and I also told you that Bitcoins will not have any intrinsic value. Then we are having like many natural elements like air, water, etc. and etc. which are provided by the nature, or we have like artificial things or man-made things. Then what is Bitcoin, or what are these cryptocurrencies? How are they produced? They are not minted, they are not printed. Then from where does Bitcoins come? I am here to clarify you friends. Bitcoins are produced by Bitcoin mining, and Bitcoin miners use a special software to solve a mathematical algorithm in order to produce more Bitcoins. So if you look onto the screen friends, there is an image where two persons are trying to deal with the Bitcoin. That is, it is an image shown just for purpose of mining, and Bitcoins are produced by Bitcoin mining. In the second point, Bitcoin miners use a special software to solve a math problem and are issued a certain number of Bitcoins in exchange. So if you look at me friends, these Bitcoins are given to you when you are successful in cracking or in solving this mathematical algorithm given to you. Unless and until you crack that, you will not get any Bitcoins in your digital wallet. And on the screen there is also a sentence written like limit 21 million Bitcoins. What is this limit, and how, from where does this limit comes? Algorithm of Bitcoin is in such a way that if algorithm of Bitcoin is in such a way that it puts a cap on the total number of Bitcoins that can be mined. So the total cap put by the algorithm stands at 21 million Bitcoins, and out of 21 million Bitcoins already 16 millions of Bitcoins have already been mined. And how many are left friends? Yeah, only 5 million Bitcoins are left. And you may be thinking that even as Bitcoin miners are increasing day by day, and if each and every blockchain gets added to the blockchain, each and every block gets added to the blockchain for every 10 minutes. It is a very drastic thing going on. So when you know that only 5 million Bitcoins are left, then how can we control the number of Bitcoins to get for a longer period? It is very difficult, right? So, but the thing is that according to projections, it is said that the last Bitcoin, or the 21st millionth Bitcoin, will be mined only in the year of 2140, because it is this is because it is solved, the complexity of the problems will get increased, which will take more time to crack the math puzzle or math algorithm which is given to you. And also you will require a lot of investments in the computing system and also in the electricity, because friends, I said you that Bitcoins are mined. Bitcoin mining will require nearly 3 to 4 computers in a distributed network in order to mine. It will require a lot of speed hardware and also software, which will actually support your mining. You have to be very fast with your software and also with the electricity or the internet which you are having. Now, coming to the part of pros and cons of Bitcoin, let us know what the people who are positive with Bitcoin usage are thinking, and people with negative usage are thinking. Now, if you look onto the screen, friends, let us know about pros and cons of Bitcoin. The advocates of Bitcoin refer the Bitcoin transactions as future alternative for the monetary transactions. That is, the basic Bitcoin system hits at the traditional economy. So in this Digital India program which we have started recently, we can also have Bitcoin system into actual track in order to increase the technology phase of the phase of the country. And also let us look at the screen what the detractors are actually concerned about. The detractors of Bitcoin refer bitcoins as they are volatile and lack of regulatory framework, and they are concerned about risk of cyber theft. Volatility is nothing but the nature of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, which is like the value of Bitcoins always gets fluctuated. It raises, again it falls down, like there is a great pitfalls also sometimes. And also when I tell you about the lack of regulatory framework, Bitcoin system is a decentralized system, that is no one actually controls it. So when there is no control in the system, anyone can use it. Like it can be used for drug trafficking, it can be used for tax evasions, it can be used for other ransomwares also. And the third point on the screen is risk of cyber theft. That is, most of the people are interested in investing into the bitcoins, and there is a risk of cyber theft. It is a major threat to the world. And also these issues or these concerns posted by the detractors actually made all the governments, all the central governments and the central banks, all things to issue some warnings to the investors who are investing into the bitcoins by quoting its actual problems. And now let us know about the characteristics of Bitcoin. On the screen you can see there are 5 points of Bitcoin characteristics. That is, the first one is irreversible, and the second is pseudonymous, fast and global, secure, permissionless. First one, let us go with the first one, irreversible. There is a positive aspect with the Bitcoin and also a negative aspect with the Bitcoin with this irreversibility nature. Bitcoin transactions are irreversible. What does this mean? Like once a transaction is done, you cannot cancel it, or you cannot get the bitcoins back. And the negative aspect is that if your bitcoins are hacked, there is no way of getting them back either. So there is a recent news that bitcoins worth nearly 12 lakhs are being hacked from a woman's account in our India's capital, that is New Delhi. And if you look onto the screen, there is a second point, pseudonymous. What is the pseudonymous nature? Let me tell it to you. Pseudonymous is nothing but the anonymity nature of bitcoins. The anonymity nature in the sense the sender and receiver name is not recorded in the Bitcoin or blockchain technology, and it does not the digital wallets which you possesses does not have any connection with the real world or the real account or the any real connections. They do not have any real connections. The only thing is that they are virtual, they have to be imagined, that's it. So this pseudonymous nature can also lead persons to even take all the transactions to a very negative path and use the bitcoins in a very wrong way. Now coming to the third point, fast and global. The Bitcoin transactions are very fast and can be they can be confirmed within just tip of minutes, and global in the sense Bitcoin transactions does not deal with anything like at which part of the world you are. You can be anywhere in the world and you can just transfer bitcoins and you can send and receive bitcoins. Now coming to the part of security issues, Bitcoin transactions are very secure. That means the cryptography and the magic of big numbers makes the Bitcoin transactions or blockchain technology very secure. That is, no outsider can actually steal your information and no one can actually put you in trouble. Now when I come with the last aspect shown in the screen, permissionless, what happens is, as I told you already, Bitcoin system is a decentralized system. There is no authority which will control it actually. So as there is no authority which can control it, it is a software. Bitcoin system is a software and you can download it. Soon after you install it, you can start sending or receiving bitcoins, and lack of regulatory issues will also lead the investors investors' interest is lost, especially when there is a theft or theft or any hacking due to which bitcoins are lost. Each single bitcoin as of now it costs nearly 4 lakhs in Indian currency. So it is very much it causes great losses to the investors who actually are investing a lot into this cryptocurrencies, which evolved recently within the 5 to 6 months. So now, after knowing the characteristics of Bitcoin, let us know about the, as I told you that in this lecture we will be talking about the blockchain technology, Bitcoin system. We have very well known about the Bitcoin system, and these Bitcoins are also let us look about its impact, and let us analyze the regulatory issues surrounding the Bitcoin. Now if you look onto the screen, friends, there is this regulatory issues of Bitcoin. It is said that in the first point, the legal status of Bitcoin varies substantially from country to country and is still undefined or changing in many of them. The legal status, that is the legality of Bitcoin, whether it is legal or illegal as per the law of any country, and it varies substantially from country to country. That is, in each and every country their government has their own definition for this Bitcoin, and is still undefined or changing in many of them. Undefined in the sense it is not defined, like whether it is legal or illegal, it is not said like in the country like India. And in the United States, the commodity future trading system has coined this Bitcoin as a commodity in the year of 2015, and there are a number of transactions going on using the Bitcoins in the United States. And also you may get a doubt, friends, like I told you that Bitcoin's value, each single Bitcoin values a lot. Then if we earn Bitcoins, is there no tax collected on this Bitcoin? Yes, let me tell it to you, friends. Don't surmise, I'll clarify it to you. The actual thing what is happening in United States is that the Internal Revenue Service, which is a part of US government, is collecting taxes and whoever is earning money under this Bitcoins. And let us move on to the next country of European Union. The European Union country, most of the states in that country has not yet declared the legality status, or most of them have not yet declared the Bitcoins as legal. When coming to our great India, Indian Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, he has said that Bitcoin is not an asset, or it is not any liability, but he also not clarified it to the public yet, whether it is a legal thing or an illegal thing. And it is still going on, the debates are going on, and the issues are still being discussed under various things, that whether it is legal or illegal to mine the Bitcoins or do transactions on Bitcoins. Now let us look at the second point on the screen. The fear and alarm amongst state agencies is on two grounds: threat to traditional control over money supply, and the second point is threat to the economy and political cyber risks. I said you that most of the states are not yet declaring the legal status of this Bitcoins. The reason is that the Bitcoins hit at the very traditional, very root of the traditional economy of our money supply, and there may be a lot of losses at a point when the bubble bursts actually. So this is a concern which is making the states very much afraid of, and there is a threat to the economy and political cyber risks. That is, I said you that recently a woman has filed a case of for Bitcoins theft, which values around 12 lakhs. So there are many cyber risks attached with this Bitcoin. So these are the two main concerns why all the states and countries are still pondering over whether to declare it as legal or illegal. Now, we have so far discussed about blockchain technology, Bitcoins, and the regulatory issues surrounding the bitcoins. Now let us come to the most interesting part, that is India's position in blockchain technology as well as the bitcoin. If you look onto the screen, friends, here the RBI has come out with 3 advisories against bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies on the following grounds. Let me tell few things to you, and later on we'll go with the listed down points. The RBI and also the SEBI or things is actually concerned about in security risk, lack of recourses, and no intrinsic value is there for bitcoins, and there is no speculation or who can actually put a control over the bitcoin mining, and also the legal status in various jurisdictions. Now the RBI is very much concerned about the position in India, because the world is running behind the technology and most of them are interested to invest in bitcoins. So are the investors secure by investing in bitcoins? This is the question that is lingering in their minds, and the RBI has come out so far with 3 advisories. The first advisory that the central government and the RBI came out was, if you look onto the screen, friends, here we can see a image and cyber security. SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India, in the year 2013 came out with its first warning, saying that any creation or trading of bitcoins is not legal, and also it is not declared. And also in the year of 2017 February, the RBI came out with its saying that no firm or there is no license or authorization given to any firm or industry saying that bitcoin transactions are legal, and RBI has put it on the head of the investors, saying that the investors must bear their own risk if at all they get into the losses. And also, if you look onto the screen, there is another date, friends, that December 2017, and in December 2017, the RBI, SEBI and also the central government came out with its third issue, remembering the investors about its second warning, that is the investors have to bear their own risks. Now, as I told you that India's position, the RBI has issued these 3 warnings based on the following points, that is security risk, lack of recourses, no intrinsic value and speculation, legal status of various jurisdictions, and usage for illicit activities. Security risk: if the bitcoins are once hacked, or the bitcoins or any other cryptocurrency stored in the so-called digital wallets are prone to huge losses if they are hacked, or due to due to access credentials, or if the password is lost, and various other issues. Lack of recourses is nothing but if the bitcoins are lost because of hacking or something, you cannot get them back. And as I told you already, they do not have any intrinsic value and no one can control the bitcoin transactions. In the fourth point, legal status in various jurisdictions is, in various other countries the legality status is still moving on. It is still in a legal or illegal. The governments are not yet ready to declare whether it to be a legal thing or a illegal thing. Now the next point is usage for illicit activities. The bitcoins can be used for drug trafficking, tax evasions, various other things. Like I told you already that when the 2 global cyber ransomwares came into news, WannaCry and Petya, they have nearly taken the $300 of bitcoins as ransoms. Now let us come to the concluding part, friends. The following agencies, if you look onto the screen, the following agencies have expressed their concerns over Bitcoin and are closely monitoring the development. Let us know what the following SEBI, IT Department, Enforcement Directorate, Ministry of Finance and Supreme Court are actually talking about the Bitcoins and the blockchain technology. Let us deal with the first part, that is SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. It said that, as its US counterpart said already, that US has declared the Bitcoin as a commodity. If at all the Bitcoin is declared as a commodity by SEBI, the responsibility of regulations will go to the SEBI part. And coming to the IT department, that is income tax department, the income tax department has already filed, it has filed notifications to all the like big industries which are all in which are indulged with the Bitcoin transactions, and the income tax should be paid under the head of capital gains. And this is a major thing. The Enforcement Directorate, or also referred to as ED, it is concerned with the violation of FEMA Act, that is Foreign Exchange Ministry Act. If any violations of this FEMA Act is made, the Enforcement Directorate jumps into action. Now, let us discuss about the Ministry of Finance, that is Arun Jaitley has made a committee with all the following departments: SEBI, RBI, Income Tax Department, Enforcement Directorate and Ministry of Finance, and also the officials from Supreme Court to committee, and there are still discussions going on what should we do with the current crisis or the current situation of Bitcoins in India. Now, concluding friends, cryptocurrencies offer a variety of benefits to the investors. It can enable truly cashless digital economy that is decentralized, self-regulating and largely free from risks. Now, I have got 2 questions recently, and let me tell you the 2 questions. Will you purchase a Bitcoin? Well, this is a quite interesting question, friends, because I am dealing with the topic of Bitcoin. Of course, my dear friend, I am interested in purchasing Bitcoin, but only if the Indian government regulates it, because I am not going to be at the risk of, when there is a pitfall in the value of Bitcoin, I am not going to bear that risk. So, instead of investing into Bitcoin, it would be better if I purchase Bitcoin or, get Bitcoin after any regulations. Now, there is another second question, friends. How can we get Bitcoins other than mining? Yeah, in the previous question, someone asked me that whether will you purchase a Bitcoin? Yeah, of course, Bitcoins other than mining can be purchased, and there are also some agencies that actually sell, and there is a transaction of selling and purchasing of Bitcoins. Instead of mining, you can do that. Friends, so far in this lecture, I have told you about the blockchain technology, Bitcoin system, and the regulatory issues and the security concerns surrounding this cryptocurrency in India. Now, thank you for watching this lecture, friends. And in this, I would at last I would like to reverentially thank our beloved father, Dr. R.S. Praveen Kumar Garu, our secretary sir, and our principal sir, Mr. Samuel Palli Garu, and all my mentor lecturers and faculty members, and my parents, because without them I'm not here this day, and also all my friends who have motivated me a lot. And finally, thanks for the TSET program for conducting such a interesting Super Student Trophy, which creates encouragement between and which creates competition between students. Thank you. Let us